with friends like those. All right, let's start with a quick review. The first thing that I want to go over is one of the particular ways that we did not really cover in this particular format, but we already know. So let's assume that you have something like this, and something like that, and uh, oops. So this is not exactly perfect, but you get the idea. Uh, this is, what do we call this? A net. And yes, in a rectangular prism. Good job. It is a net of a rectangular prism. And let's pretend that the measurement of this is 9, the measurement of this is 4, and the measurement of this is 12. And this is all in inches. Yes. Or you can just stare at me the whole time and try to understand everything that I'm saying. If I ask you to point to the lateral area, what are you going to point to? Lol. Yes. What exactly is lateral area from that figure? Tell me. I want to know, what is the lateral area? The middle part, right? All of this, right? And this are automatically, we know that this is the lateral area because of the way that the net is. Um, and this tells me what else about the basis of my figure. What are my bases then? If this is the lateral area. The other two rectangles, right? So this is the base, and this is the other base, right? Yes. I want you to understand that part for one specific reason. If I ask you for the lateral area, what do you need? What is the formula to find the lateral area? Perimeter of the base times the height. We need to know what the base is. What is the base? They're all rectangles. Exactly, 9 and 4, right? We only have two bases. So how do you find the perimeter of the base? What do you add? Y'all are acting crazy. 9 plus 4 plus 9 plus 4, right? And then what do you do with that? Lo multiplicas por 12, which is the height. Multiply by the height, right? What? Say what? Let me tell you what's gonna happen on the test. The answer of only adding 9 and 4 is gonna be on there. I basically put every possible incorrect answer you can come up with if you did this wrong. I need you to be on your game tomorrow and understand it, be very, very detailed with it. Do you understand that? Yes. Yes, but that's irrelevant because you'll be sitting there while you're taking the test. And I already give very specific instructions about your behavior. Yeah, I know how to play with that. I'm just letting you know. She needs to know if she can act a fool tomorrow. That's what she's asking. Now, so what is the answer for this 22? Is this 22 for real? It's 26 times 12. So what is the lateral area? 312, what kind of inches? Squared. Area. I'm talking about area, so it's going to be square, right? That is the lateral area. How about the total surface area? What do I have to do? So basically, the LA, which we got right, the lateral area plus 2B. To be or not to be? That is the question. Okay, so 312. And how do I find the area of the base? Yep, 9 times 4, which is what? 36. So 312 plus, which is 72. What do I get? 384 inches squared again, because I'm still talking about area. Was that difficult? I need you to be able to identify what is the lateral area and what is the base of that figure by looking at it. Because I'll have some kids who are going to get and multiply 12 times 4 and say that's the area of the base or the perimeter, and they're going to add 12 plus 12 plus 4 plus 4, and you're going to get something completely different. And you're going to get the wrong answer. Are we all following? All right. Yes. Uh-huh. 18 plus 8. 13 plus 13. All right, she's a confused. All right, so let's not waste time coloring stuff. I need you to actually focus on this stuff. This is my pre-P class, right? Okay, I just wasn't sure if it was my 5th grade class. It's apparently I do, and they dropped them in here. They dropped some of those 5th graders in here, and y'all didn't notice. Yeah, I didn't even know you were in 5th grade too. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm not going to go over the two-step equations, guys, but I want you to remember the car wash problem. Remember? When you have two different car washes and they charge you for different things, right? For the windows? I have a lot of them in here. I hope you remember how to do that. You don't have any decimals or fractions, but they're all going to be where you set them equal to each other and you find the value of x. Yes. I'm sorry? Go back to the videos. We spent 3 weeks on that. Yep. So what do we have? The following shape. Yes. And the diameter is 12 feet. And the height is 20 feet. Listen to the question carefully. What would be the volume of a cone with the same base and the same height? I'm going to say this one more time and do not lose me. I'm showing you a cylinder, right? But I'm asking you a different question. There were a couple of questions in here that I'm showing you something different, and you need to understand it and actually read the question. So, here's a cylinder, and I'm asking you, what would be the volume of a cone with the same base, the same measurement of the base, and the same height? What do you do? Okay. Brilliant. Yes. You basically use the measurement, the formula for the cone, right? Which would be area of the base times the height divided by 3, correct? And you're going to use the measurements that you're given there. That's it. But if you need a visual, I would just draw the cone there to remind me that I'm actually looking for the volume of the cone, right? So you're going to do area of the base will be what? How do you find the area of the base of the cone? Not diameter. R squared times the height divided by 3, right? So now I just plug it in. And let's use 3.14 as pi in this situation. You can plug it into the calculator as just like the way it is. And what is r? 6, right? Because the diameter is 12, that means the radius is half of it. Square it, multiply it by 20, and divide it all by 3. So what? Did you divide by 3 already? And this is cubic feet, right? Because we're talking about volume. Did you see how fast that happened? That's how I should see these questions going really fast, because you should be able to just plug them in. Yes. Did you hear what I just said a minute ago? I said use pi as 3.14. That's it. Ay, ay, ay. Mm-hmm. All right. What if I asked you? I'm gonna use the same figure. What if I asked you for the lateral area? What do you do? Circumference. What do you do with it? Multiply it by the height. How do I find the circumference again? Pi times diameter and then times the height, right? So what is the diameter? 12, right? What is the height? 20. So what is the lateral area? You have a calculator. Type it in. I need you to get used to that, guys. What?
I don't know. It's weird. It's because of the other one we see. Because you put the where it's six. But it's different. Oh, so wait, this is weird.
But this is square, right? It's area. Are you sure?
Yeah, look.
I don't trust y'all. The diameter is 12. Multiply it by pi, 3.14, and then multiply it by the height of 20. Oh, you're right. And the other one is pi times r, which is 6 squared,
Yeah, because radius times 2.
times 20, divided by 3.
It's the same word?
Radius times 2 is not radius times 2, it's radius squared. Don't forget that. 6 times 6 is not the same thing as 6 times 2. That's a really strange coincidence, but it's good. However, it doesn't matter. I just want you to know how to do it. And notice that squared is not the same thing as cubic. Two completely different dimensions. Do not forget that. What if I ask you for the total surface area? How do you find that? So basically, 753.6 plus 2b. What is the area of the base? What is it? That's the area of the base, right? So when you multiply it by 2 and then you add the lateral area, what do you get? Huh? Can somebody explain how to get the base?
Yeah.
What is the base?
The base? The circle?
Let me point to the base. The base is right here, right? And that's the top, and then the bottom one are the same thing, right? So I can use this measurement on top to find the area of the base. So what do I get total?
999.88.
And this is what kind of feet? Square or cubic? Squared, because I'm still talking about area, right? Good job. All right. Y'all know how to find the volume. You know how to find the lateral area. You know how to find the total surface area. If you forget what each of them mean, I want you to think of the lateral area as the label on a can of soup. It only goes around it, right? Label. L, label. Lateral area, label area. Connect those two and you won't forget. I'm talking about just the label around it. Does it cover the top or the bottom? No. But when I'm talking about the total surface area, imagine that I'm giving somebody a present and it happens to be a can of soup. So I'm going to cover the whole thing, right? I'm going to wrap the entire can of soup and give it to her as a present. Here, get well soon. Chicken soup. So that would be for the total surface area. I'm including the lateral area, but also the bottom and the top. Do we have any confusions in those? Do I have to go over any of those? No. Brilliant.
Oh, I got I came up with where you relate the two things. I don't remember. I'm like the area. Lateral area. Let's say you're at a store and you're buying something times only the size number, and then you get home and it covers all of it in lateral.
Perfect. Sounds good. Yeah. I'm sorry? You'll be using the planners, yes. I'll leave instructions for this stuff. So what if I give you, for example, two different shapes? What if I give you a triangular prism and then a cylinder, and I ask you which one has more space? What do you do? Find the volume of each, and then what do you do? Just look at the one that has a bigger volume, right? That's it.
Bigger number.
Bigger volume. That's it, right? There's not much to it. Y'all know how to find the volume of a cylinder. Uh, what if I give you something like this? Wah, 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 wah. And what if I tell you that this is 5?
That's a rectangle.
Yeah, is that a, what is it? Thank you, everyone else who responded to that correctly. So what happens if I'm asking for the lateral area? Wait, I'm just going to ask for the total surface area. How do you find it? Not area of the base. What do you do? Yes. That's going to give me 6 plus. Ah, do y'all notice that? We know that we're talking about, we're looking for the base, right? The base of a triangular prism is a triangle. So we highlight that to remind us that's the base. And you have to find the dimensions of each side, right? What is the dimension of this side right here? 7. And you're like, where did you get 7 from? Well, right here, if that's 7, then this must be 7. This is technically a right angle on each side, right? That means the other side must also be 7, right? So now I have my measurements for the base. 7 plus 7 plus 50 plus 5, what is it? By the way, do I need the 6 right now? No, that's in the middle. I don't care about that one right now. So what do you get? 19? 19. And what do I need now? Multiply by the height of 20, and what do you get?
380. 380, yeah.
380?
Yes.
And that is the lateral area. I want the total surface area. Multiply it. You add 380. Thank you. She being smart. Bye, Felicia. All right. So how do I find the area of the base? Hey, focus. How do I find the area of the base?
Base times height.
Thank you. It's a triangle.
Yeah, you didn't let me finish.
Base times height divided by 2. Notice that it's the small b. So it'll be 380 plus, what is the base? I mean, it's 5, right? 5 times, now that's when we use 6 now. 6 divided by 2, what do you get? 15? What is 15 times 2?
30.
So now you add it to the big number, and what do you get total? 10, right? And this is inches. So the total surface area will be 410 inches squared. That's a lot of work, but you have to make sure you get it. But I'm not done. Let's say that that was another present that I created for another person, and it was just a little shape that I made, and I'm going to give it to this person as a present. I need to know how much wrapping paper I will need to buy. I know I need to buy 410 square inches of paper, right? What if 1 inch, it could be 3, it could be 4, 1 square inch cost me 10 cents. How much would I have to spend on this person? What do you do? Why does it cross multiply?
410 times 0.10. 410 times 0.10. Yeah, tell Aaron.
You just multiply what you got for the total surface area by the price of 1 square inch, right? That's it, and that will give me the price. So what is it? 41?
Yeah.
That means I'm going to spend $41 on this wrapping thing.
Waste of money.
That is too much money, right? Do we have any questions on that? No? Yes, maybe? What is it? You can, but for people who are not experts at this, I would suggest you do so that you do not lose track of what you're doing. Do not skip steps. Yes, Ayana. So what? That means 1 inch, 1 square inch will cost me 10 cents. If I have 410 square inches, how much would it be?
So you just divide it by 10?
You're not dividing, you're multiplying it. Let me say it this way. One of those pencils will cost me 10 cents, and you have 410 of them. How much are you going to pay? Oh, there you go, right? You just multiply. Yes. Good. All right, moving on. I know. So here's the next one. What if, hey, what if, what if, what if,
Whoa.
what if,
Are we poetry now?
what if?
What are you doing?
I'm sorry.
What
What if I have a cono like that? And the cono, don't you dare. Hey, we have enough ratchets in the other world. I don't need any more. Let's say this is 10 feet, right? And the height of this thing is 20 feet. Listen carefully to my question. What would be the volume of a cylinder? I'm going to start over. What would be the volume of a cylinder with the same base and the same height as the cone shown? Thank you. I love how that starts. Just use the cylinder formula. If you stick to that, you'll do it right. But you start thinking, oh, I don't have to divide. I should multiply. Then now you're making it all wrong. All you have to do is find the formula for the cylinder, which is area of the base times the height, and that's it, right? What is the area of the base here? Pi, which is 3.14 times r. What is r? 5, right? Did you hear what I just said? I want to know the cylinder, and that's exactly what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to start thinking that you're dividing by anything because I don't care about the cone. I'm asking about an actual cylinder. So if you begin with the formula for the cylinder, you won't start thinking about I have to divide or multiply. Do we understand that part? Don't get confused. Please. So squared, and then what is the height? 20. Whatever you get here, that's all you need. That's it? And this is cubic inches, right? Do not start wondering, yeah, do I need to multiply or divide? I don't care. That was just there to confuse me or provide information, not confuse me, right? So let's pretend that I'm buying this cylinder that I just made I kind of measured off of a cone. And I'm buying this cylinder. And in this cylinder, I can, yes. Oh, I can, put in, that's a lot of feet. Let's turn it into inches instead. For this following problem, let's say the volume is 1570 inches cubed. Let's say that I can put sugar in it. It's a small cylinder, right? It's actually not that small, it's big. I'm gonna use rice instead. Rice is cool. So for every cubic inch, I can put, I'm making this up and it's gonna sound crazy. I'm putting point, wait, 2.5 grams of rice. I know, I'm just making it up. I'm just putting numbers in there. 2.5 grams of rice per cubic feet. How many grams can I put in there total? Yeah, you just multiply it, right? What? Times 2.5 grams, because that's how many I can fit in one. All right, hey. I get it, guys. Someone is confused. Let me explain. So, I said I can, there are 2.5 grams per cubic inch. If I have 1,570 cubic inches, how many grams are in there? 3,925 grams, right? This was not something that you needed to learn. It's just to give you an idea that you can extend that volume to something else because I'm asking about the grams. Tabara, are you still lost? But no. This is separate from the volume. We found the volume, right? Yeah. Do you think I'll waste my time if it wasn't on there? Tabara, listen up. Okay, so we found the volume, right? Yes. Are we good? And then I told you that for every cubic inch, there are 2.5 grams. That's a different thing. That's a different question. It has nothing to do with the measurements. I'm already done with the measurements. I'm telling you there are 2.5 grams per cubic inch. And now I'm asking you, how many grams do I have total in the entire container? There are 2.5 grams per cubic inch in that container. Are we following? Kayla, are we following? There are 2.5 grams per cubic inch in that container. Like just every little cubic inch, there is 2.5 grams in there. But I have 1,570 cubic inches in the whole container. So how many grams do I have then? Do not tell me. I want to know why, if you understand how you got that. Does it make sense to you? Why? Because if one of them, 1 cubic inch is 2.5, then all that many of them should add up to whatever the multiplication is, right? Do we have any more questions than that? There's like 3 questions that have that kind of problem. So go back to the video and watch it. Guys, I taught you volume, but I need you to extend it. So be able to open your brain and actually think outside the box for this test. All right? Yep, it's the same test. What if I give you a basketball? It's like the ball, the basket. Yeah, whatever. Beach ball then. All right. And the diameter of that thing is, let's say, 10 inches. What is the volume of it? How do you find that? It's not squared. Cubic. That's it, right? 10 is the diameter. 10 is the diameter. So it'll be 4 times 3.14 times 5 cubed all over 3, right? What does it give you? What? It's different. We're talking about a sphere. Yeah. All right. So are we good with this one? Good. So yes, I asked for the volume. So I'm sorry? No, because it's very easy. I want something challenging. So let's pretend that the kids in the science department decided to do a bullet, a replica of a bullet, but it's bigger, right? You've seen a bullet, right? It's like a cylinder with a little half circle on top, right? It looks like a door almost, like one of those big windows. It looks like a window. But this is, let's say that this is, hey, this is 10 centimeters. This is not that big. 10 centimeters. And let's assume that the radius is going to be 2 centimeters. I want the volume of the entire replica of the bullet. How do I find the volume of the top shape? I heard sphere. Good. The first thing I heard, like somebody said, the volume of a circle. This is not a circle. This is a half of a sphere, right? The one on top. So find the volume of the sphere. I love that y'all know how to do this here. So 4 times pi, right? Times r squared cubed divided by 3. And once you get that, what do you do? You divide it by 2, right? Because we only have half of this sphere. We don't have the whole thing. Do it. The radius is 2. The bottom of it is a cylinder, right? How do you find the bottom of a cylinder? And for the cylinder, it's just area of the base, which is pi times r squared times height, right? I don't agree. It's 3.14 times 4 times 2 cubed divided by 3. All right, so let me take this one out for y'all and put it. I'm gonna write it down the way you should put it in your calculators. Calm down, people. 4 times 3.14 times the radius, which is 2, right? Cubed, not squared, cubed, all over 3. And once you're done with that, you divide it by 2. Look at your answers. If you did not get 16.7467, we did something wrong. What? Here? Pi. And then find the volume of the cylinder, which is pi times r squared times 10. What? Because it's the radius, right? What is the radius? It is. That's why we divide by 2 at the end. If I give you a ball, does it matter which way you cut it as long as it's through the center? No, it doesn't. I can cut it this way, I can cut it that way. You're still getting half, right? Cut it that way or that way. Hang on. Say that again. Hang on. I know. Hang on. Man, I love Tabaria because she makes my brain go crazy. Go ahead. Why do you multiply by 2, though? You're supposed to divide by 2 because you don't have the whole sphere. You only have half of it. I think you're confusing yourself. But here's what I want you to do, Tabaria. Find the volume of the sphere. Does that make sense? You have a sphere, right? And you only have half of the sphere, so what do you do naturally? Thank you. Divide by 2, and then don't do it that way, and good luck on the test. Well, because she's not listening to what I'm saying. Well, tell me, what is it? Yes. All right, I see what you're saying. All right. So, Tobiah, this is the diameter, right? I told you 2 was the radius. So how is that a fourth of the diameter? What is the diameter? That's the problem. The diameter, let me give you the definition of diameter. It's just the distance between, on a circle, from one end to the other one. Half of it is called the radius, right? If half of it is 2, then what is it all the way over there? That's it. But we're not using diameter for that. We're using radius only. I don't care about diameter. I care about the radius. Do we use diameter for the formula? Case closed. Go ahead, Taylor. It's called the formula to find the volume of a sphere. We're just dividing by 2 at the end because you only have a half of a sphere. This? That's, what is that, guys? The volume of a cylinder, area of the base times the height. But I broke down the area of the base to show you what needs to go in there. It's not. It's not. I need you to go back to the video, guys. Every time that you skip, if I'm trying to show you something and you're not paying attention at that point, I have to go back later because you weren't paying attention. Go back to the video. Yes. Yes. Cubed. Yeah. Yeah. I get 6. I get exactly what was on there. Oh, you have something else on there. She has 10. What do you have 10? You have 2 times 10 times 10 to the power of 3 over 3 over 2. Can you fix that for her? Yeah. All right, here's the thing. Stop moving, stop moving, stop moving. You basically missed the other half of this thing because we spent too much time on not paying attention. And yes, we did. So for the other half, you have to do it on your own. It is basically going over the two-step equation, multiple step equations, and understanding cylinders. Oh my God. Stop moving. If I gave you something like this, don't move. And this actually went only halfway. And I wanted you to find the volume of what's left here. What do you do? That's it. Good.